as Hector Lombard fights Jake Shields.
With the welterweight division as wide open as it's ever been, top 170-pounders are scrambling for the fights that will propel them into the title picture. For veterans Hector Lombard and Jake Shields, that fight is against each other tonight.
I've already beaten a lot of top guys in this division. I feel like I can beat anyone. I just got to get through Hector and hopefully get another shot at the title.
I'm faster than Jake, you know, a lot more talented than Jake, so he's gonna find out tonight.
Former Cuban Olympian Hector Lombard had a dominant run in the middleweight division for several years. So it was a surprise when he announced his move to 170 pounds in 2013. But after a first-round knockout of Nate Marquardt that took less than 2 minutes, all doubters were silenced.
Tonight, I expect him to KO Jake Shields cool. Out cool.
Quietly rising back to the top of the welterweight ladder, former world title challenger Jake Shields has gone unbeaten in his last 4 bouts, with 2013 wins over Tyron Woodley and Damian Maia. Tonight, he will look to make Hector Lombard his next victor, and with that, present his case for a shot at the championship belt.
Hector's dangerous because he has knockout power in both hands and a great judo background, so he's not easy to take down, but I fought many guys like him and plan on going out there and beating him.
Set for his second fight at 170. Hector Lombard, 33 career victories. As Joe and I have talked about in the past, he just couldn't get clearance to fight in the States for so long, and when he finally arrived, he's done so in style. He's a 2000 Cuban Olympian in judo. At one point, had a 25-fight unbeaten streak, and he wants to make a major statement tonight at 170 and say, forget about Jake Shields, forget about Tyron Woodley, forget about Carlos Condit. I'm the next man to fight for the belt.
Well, he looked spectacular in Bellator at 185 pounds. Then when he came over to the UFC, really couldn't get it done at 185. Was facing much larger people, really belonged at 170, but didn't want to make the cut. But man, once he made the cut, he looked terrifying. That fight against Nate Marquardt, we have never seen anybody run through Nate Marquardt like that. I mean, it was a really frightening display of power and speed and confidence. He really believes that after fighting these much larger men that going down to the weight class that he probably should have been at all along, he's just gonna dominate. This frightening athlete, freakish physical strength and ability and speed, and I mean, look at his back.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. That's 170 for sure, right?
That's an anatomy chart, man. I mean, I don't even know some of those muscles. They might be unique only to him. He is a real, I mean, we've tossed that word around before, freak athlete. When we talk about combat sport athletes, that's about as freakish as they get.
Absolutely.
His ability to close the distance and ability to knock people senseless with one shot. And we don't even talk about the fact that he's an Olympic-level judoka.
Yep.
We just don't see it. We know Ronda Rousey's Olympic-level judoka. We see it in every one of her fights. When was the last time you saw Hector Lombard throw anybody? He doesn't, and the reason being is because he knocked people out cold. He's an unbelievably good athlete.
Never been stopped in his MMA career, and he has fought nearly 40 times. 36-year-old Hector Lightning Lombard. Set to fight for the second time at 170. His opponent, Jake Shields. '29 career wins for the former Strikeforce middleweight champion, who won his title against Mayhem Miller and defended it at 185 against Dan Henderson. Jake Shields, one of the nicest, most respectful men you will meet in mixed martial arts. And if you see him standing at a restaurant, you'll go, whatever. But you know what? It's a lot more than whatever, because his technique, his skill, his desire is as good as any in the sport today.
Well, he has always been an elite grappler, and a lot of people sleep on Jake Shields. We saw how good his grappling was when he defeated Damian Maia in what was essentially a grappling bout. We also saw when he defeated Tyron Woodley in a bout where, you know, a lot of people thought that Woodley was going to be too fast, too strong. Jake Shields figured out a way to win that fight. Same thing as the Dan Henderson fight. The first round was nothing short of hell for Jake Shields. Dan Henderson hit him with bombs, had him rocked. Jake Shields came back, won that fight. He's lost to 2 men in 8 years. Those 2 men being George St. Pierre and Jake Ellenberger. And Jake Ellenberger knocked him out right after his dad died. So who knows what was going on in Jake Shields' mind right after that. I mean, it's a terrible time to try to be fighting in a professional mixed martial arts fight. The George St. Pierre, most certainly, George St. Pierre is one of the best of all time. He beat Jake Shields. But Jake Shields, what we're seeing is his striking is coming along, he's getting more and more technically proficient, but his endurance has always been there, and his technique on the ground is outstanding.
Jake Shields set to fight Hector Lombard. Our tale of the tape is brought to you by Metro PCS, where nationwide 4G LTE is $40, period. 35-year-old Shields against 36-year-old Lombard. Jake Shields much taller, but the reach is nearly identical. And once again, here's the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 33 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Matanzas, Cuba, Hector Lightning Lombard. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 29 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of San Francisco, California, he is the former Strikeforce middleweight champion, Jake Shields. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Don Turnage.
Don Turnage, our referee, for our first of 3 showcase fights in the welterweight division here on pay-per-view tonight at UFC 171.
You ready? You ready? Back up. Let's do this, come on.
Here we go! Shields in the red trunks, blue trunks for Hector Lombard, the southpaw.
For Shields, it's going to be all about being conservative with his striking and getting a hold of Hector Lombard. Wow,
little
Lombard
judo.
just ragdolled him. The physical strength of Lombard is something to behold.
No question about it.
But if Jake Shields can weather that storm, will Lombard run out of gas? That's the big question.
Shields
Lombard
tried to throw the head kick and he just got pushed out.
Lombard is standing right over him, taunting him.
They're back up. Very busy night for the members of American Top Team. Lombard, one of the many fighting, and he tags him again.
He's hitting him with some hard shots here, Mike.
Of course, Robbie Lawler now training at American Top Team.
Good
He
knee
fights
to
in
the
our
body.
main event.
He's mixing it up well, too, with punches and knees. For Jake, it's all about weathering this storm.
Gotta do some footwork and angles. And stay on the outside of that jab. The reach is pretty close, though, as we mentioned.
It's also about making Hector work.
Right.
Oh, he tagged him again.
We know that Jake's a durable guy.
You don't want to test your durability with Hector Lombard, though.
No, not at all.
There's just such a difference in the athleticism. You know, there's
Swing and a
look at
miss.
that. But man, look at that takedown defense of Lombard.
Last couple of fights, Jake's had trouble taking down his opponents.
Well, think about who the last 2 opponents were.
Exactly.
You know?
Damian Maia and Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, 2 ridiculously good grapplers.
And in that, Joe, he won both fights.
Yes, that's important.
Yep.
And this is what Jake wants. I mean, he wants to tie Hector up and slow this
Come on,
down.
guys, work out the fence, work out the fence.
You know, Jake has been he tagged him again. He hurt him. He's cut.
Lombard pushing forward. Got cut with that hook from the clinch.
I mean, Jake has fought some dangerous strikers. Paul Semtex Daly, Tyron Woodley,
Robbie Lawler.
Henderson, Robbie Lawler,
Jake Ellenberger.
and beating them all. Jake Ellenberger's the only guy that he lost to that's a really scary striker.
And when he got knocked down by Jake Ellenberger, Joe, it was the first time in 11 years that someone had knocked him down.
Well, Henderson knocked him down.
Middle of the octagon. Just over 2 on the clock. Shields bloodied up early. When will Lombard explode again? Jake's looking for that head kick, Joe.
He certainly is, but, you know, he's going to have to move a lot faster to catch a guy like Lombard. But Jake is just not a fast guy. He's an excellent technician. He's super tough. Now Lombard's unloading on him.
Yeah.
Oh,
big
nice
shot.
kick.
That hurt.
That did
He's in
hurt.
big trouble here.
He is in real big trouble.
Looking to finish the fight. Hector Lombard.
Full guard now by Jake. Hector's on top, and Jake's got to really control Hector's posture. If he lets Hector loose, elbows and punches will be raining down on him.
Jake went in really head first looking for that takedown, Joe, and Lombard made him pay.
Come on, guys.
Now, the ability to fight off his back and control an opponent, Jake Shields is excellent at this.
He is, but Hector is so physically strong and so well-versed on the ground as well that it's going to be really hard to do anything offensive with him from this position. I mean, he's holding up, but look, he's slippery now because they're all sweaty. Can't really hold his back by maintaining a high guard.
Right.
And then just the physical strength of a guy like Lombard. When you have an elite grappler
Guys, come on.
like that, it's very hard to do anything off your back anyway.
Lombard, 19 career wins by knockout, 7 by submission. 30 seconds on the clock here in round 1. It's been a good start for Hector Lombard.
Yeah, most of those submissions were early in his career.
Come on, guys.
Once he really get confident with his knockout power.
He just went on a roll, right?
Yeah, he certainly did. And everybody's booing, but look, this is exactly what Jake Shields needs. He needs to slow this thing down, regain his wits, and Hector Lombard is just confident to coast, knowing that he won this first round.
Wait.
Give me the bucket. Over here, Shields. Over here, baby.
Gilbert
Sit down.
Melendez.
Sit down, Jacob. Hey, boss. Okay. Regroup, brother. Okay, Jacob. Listen, man. Doing good. You're just hanging in there. Let's land those kicks hard, okay? Start throwing those kicks a lot harder. And your timing for your shot is good. Keep shooting a little bit more. Let's get him tired. I could already tell he's getting tired. He's so flat-footed, and he's not moving. You got to get him tired. Let's get his lungs burning. Land that jab, hard kicks, try to shoot.
And here we see Hector Lombard's physical strength just launches Jake Shields here. And here's a nice combo on the chin, too. I mean, Jake Shields can take it.
Seconds out. Guys, out. Seconds
And there's
out.
a nice uppercut. And another right hand.
Mariani,
Back up.
Brittany.
Fight!
Jake Shields round 2 against Hector Lombard. You heard the advice of Gilbert Melendez. You're looking for that head kick as we talked about earlier, Joe.
It's just Jake is not really a fast kicker. It's going to be really hard to catch a guy like Lombard when he's fresh.
And when he looks to take Lombard down, he's really leading with his head, and Lombard's really making him pay.
And Jake has been more successful with his left kick than anything else in his fighting career. His good switch kick off the left leg. And Hector tagged him again there.
And then the swing, the misses, is like the truck just drove by you.
Yeah, it's like a flyby from an asteroid.
Right? Up the middle. Let's see, there's the counter again.
Tags him again.
Yeah.
And Jake just can't get a hold of him when they get close.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Ragdolled him again. Beautiful trip.
Lombard perfect with his takedowns thus far in this fight. Hector 3 for 3. And on takedown defense, Hector is 4 for 4.
And you hear Hector's corner yelling for him to get up as Jake tries to get half guard here, and he does. Now, now here's the question. Is Hector slowing down and not doing anything because he's trying to conserve energy? What was the weight cut like for him? Look, now Jake is in full guard. I mean, Hector ragdolled him, got him to the ground, got him inside control, and somehow or another, Jake has pulled full guard now, and Hector's doing nothing in between there. He's just resting. So is he taking a break here? Is he trying to conserve his energy?
Guys, get busy, you're coming up.
Jake trying to control still. Yeah, he's going with the body triangle, which means he's not going to be offensive off of his back unless he goes for a guillotine. That's the only thing that's available. And now he's trying to switch to a guillotine. And they're saying head in the middle, head in the middle.
All right, break.
Stand him up.
Go.
That's not good for Jake.
No.
Fight.
Once they got to the ground, he got to a fairly decent defensive position.
Which means he's not taking too much damage, but Jake's got to score because Hector has.
He certainly does. But at least he could have tried to do something offensive off of his back.
But that's Jake Shields. We've seen him weather early storms, Joe, and find a way to win.
Yeah, but he's got to figure out something that he can do successfully. And right now, the only thing he's been able to do successfully is to get a defensive guard going.
He's got to figure it out pretty soon here.
But Lombard, again, look, he's slowed down considerably. I mean, he's not tired. He doesn't look like he's gassed at all, but he's not blitzkrieging Jake like he was in the beginning.
Good sprawl.
Look at that wicked sprawl he's got. And he showed that sprawl with Tim Bosch as well. He's just such an athlete. Good right hand he landed there. Jake's trying to turtle up here and spin towards him.
Nice up kick. Gonna let him up. 90 seconds, Gilbert Melendez in the corner. Telling him to fire away. Great takedown defense by Lombard so far. Tonight's stats brought to you by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.
He's trying to find a home for that right kick again.
Yep. Showing the jab.
Jake is not throwing very many of those left kicks, which he does a lot. And I think part of that is because Hector is a southpaw.
Yes.
And Hector, you know, it's not nearly as effective as it would be going to the opening of the body, which the right kick is.
They tie up with 45.
Beautiful judo. There's that judo.
Yep.
Man. World-class judo.
Yep. 5 for 5 with his takedowns. Ronda Rousey in attendance. She'd be impressed with that.
Who wouldn't?
Yes, exactly.
Come on, guys.
But look, he gets him down, and what is he doing? He's hanging on.
Right.
I mean, the lone criticism of Lombard has been that he gets lethargic in there sometimes. He explodes and then gets lethargic. And it's one of the things that we've said about really muscular, really powerful guys is the way they fight, relying on those incredible physical attributes. You can't really do that for 5 minutes. No one can. You can fight like Jay Shields can fight.
Right. So somewhat lethargic, or also credit to the defense of Jake Shields?
Right.
Mostly just not being aggressive?
Got here. Hector.
I think that what we're seeing is Hector Lombard really can't maintain that kind of a pace that he does when he explodes. Jake Shields is much more of a marathon guy. He's much more of a guy who can keep his pace up throughout the entire round. But what he can't do is he can't move at the speed that Hector Lombard does.
Keep sharp, keep calm, okay? You understand what I'm saying right now? He doesn't have many options right now. He got to go to do or die. You understand, right? You got to be careful. The only thing this guy got is ground. You know, he's going to try to take you down. Listen to him.
And here we see the first round, the beautiful trip. Now here's the second round, another very nice trip.
Seconds out, seconds out.
And now here later, look at this beautiful hip toss.
And don't forget, fans, we would like to know who you believe will win tonight's main event by voting online at UFC.com/vote or on your cell phone by texting 1 for Hendricks or 2 for Lawler to 88222. Our text voting is brought to you by Metro PCS, where nationwide 4G LTE is $40 period. Third and final round.
Hector Lombard looked noticeably tired in between rounds. Still moving very well when he's actually fighting, but you can definitely tell that fatigue has started to set in. He's still very capable of exploding, though.
And with him, all it takes is one.
But that's the concern. That's what he's doing. I mean, the reason why when he gets him to the ground, he's just hanging on and holding him there, he wants to make sure that he doesn't exhaust himself because he is worried about it.
Okay, so how does Jake Shields take advantage of that?
He's got to keep pressing him. He's got to somehow or another figure out a way to get Hector tired. But the thing is, while he's doing that, he's got to avoid these power shots that Lombard throws at him that could take him out.
You good?
Hit low a couple of times.
It looked like he punched him once and then kicked him once.
So warning, you hit once with the hand and once with the foot, okay? You got to get it up.
Once with his kick. Oh, yeah.
Take your time. You got 5 minutes. You good?
Yeah, if you're Jake Shields, you don't want to take 5 minutes. You want to keep this thing going right now. You don't want to give Hector a rest. Jake right back at it. He avoided the early attack of Lombard. Still looking for a takedown, though. But he can't get it.
He dove on that single, but look how easily Lombard takes him down. Right into full guard. Jake's got that right arm trapped, though. He's got a strong overhook on the right arm.
Well, you heard in the corner of Lombard, Joe. His trainer's talking about the only thing he's got is submissions from his back, which is what Jake's trying to set up right here.
It really is his only option. The only thing he's been able to do in this fight is be defensive from his back and just cover up while Lombard blitzkriegs him on the feet.
Lombard 5 for 5 with his takedowns and 6 for 6 with his takedown defense.
Back of the head, Jake.
These other fighters watching this, probing Lombard for weaknesses, are going to notice that when he does go to the ground and gets on these guys, he tends to rest and try to pace himself. A fighter like a Carlos Condit, a fighter like a George St. Pierre, someone who's been there, done that, is going to take advantage of that.
Like Robbie Lawler or Johnny Hendricks.
Absolutely. Someone who can fight for every minute of the round.
Go.
2.5 here in the third and final round. Does Jake Shields have an answer?
He just can't land that kick. It's just not quite quick enough. He's got to set it up. Yeah. Tried to shoot, stuffed.
I mean, stuffed big time.
Yeah.
You're not even close.
Ridiculous. Yeah, he's so good. But look, Jake scoots under and pulls guard. But the thing is, he's not able to even come close to securing a submission, a sweep, bettering his position. I mean, all he's been able to do is hold on to Lombard.
Lombard hasn't done much more.
Well, Lombard's tagged him on the feet, and that's way
early.
Look at
mostly in the first, right?
Yeah, his face is busted up. That's all from Lombard. Lombard has shown excellent judo with his throws and his trips.
Octagon control.
Yeah, but Jake has really not once threatened Hector.
Guys, come on, let's do something.
Under 90 seconds on the clock. Third and final round.
But Hector's, he's keeping Jake on his back and not doing anything, and this is where you can criticize him. I mean, right here, why isn't he posturing up? Why isn't he trying to punch him? Why isn't he raining down ground and pound? He's just holding up. I mean, I guess he knows he's winning, but this is not, this is not what you want to do when you want to show the brass that you are ready for a title shot.
Yeah, you want to jump into the first position to face the winner of Hendricks and Lawler later.
Yeah,
like
but
you said, you're not doing it.
You want to look like someone that you would be excited to see fight for the title.
Absolutely.
And that's not what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing is a very good fighter who's doing just enough to win.
Close your fingers, Jake.
Tried to crush his opponent in the first round, and now he's doing just enough to win. But you hear his corner. Keep
Come on,
fighting.
guys,
Keep
engage.
fighting,
Let's finish
Hector.
this.
Come
Come
on.
on, engage. Come on.
So in the big picture, in the welterweight division, this doesn't help Hector.
Jake went for a guillotine. He's going for a guillotine.
Can he get it?
He's got an arm in. He's got an arm in.
He's got 10 seconds. Can he finish this fight? Can he pull off the victory? Jake Shields looking for the submission.
Well, that is pretty tight. It looks like Hector's head is about to pop out, though. Wow.
He gave it a shot.
Wow.
He was waiting for that opportunity for 15 minutes, Joe. Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
Let's take a look at the end of the fight. He throws a knee. Hector goes for the takedown, and Jake slides that right arm under the chin. Gets to full guard, and you know, Jake Shields has a wicked guillotine. Submitted Robbie Lawler with this very same move, arm in guillotine. Lombard did have his right arm posted and out, giving him a little bit of relief from that pressure. And there's that beautiful throw, man. And here's the first round, just swarming on Jake Shields with these punches. I mean, I think Hector won that fight, but I don't think that Hector Lombard got a lot of people excited about seeing him fighting for the title.
We await the decision. Hector Lombard, Jake Shields go the distance. Hector Lombard 6 for 6 with his takedowns, 7 for 7 with his takedown defense. And with the official decision, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Hector Lightning Lombard.
Hector Lombard by unanimous decision.
That's very interesting. That means someone gave him the last round based only on that guillotine. I don't totally disagree with that, because I think Lombard was pretty inactive that last round.
Hector Lombard gets the win.